Okay, the next thing I want parents to understand is to avoid treatments that we know don't work or that have a very low probability of succeeding. By the way, if these don't correspond to your manual exactly, I changed a few of them yesterday. Okay, I try to keep my slides as up to date as possible. Or when I go through them and I don't like the teaching, the flow, I may change them a little bit. So if you're not seeing exactly what I have, my apologies, but you've got 99% of what I've been talking about. These are the things to avoid. All right. Why? Because either they're so silly we're never going to look at them, right? Or they've already been looked at and they don't work. Right? Taking something out of the diet benefits about 1 out of every 20 ADHD children. We're talking here about colorings, flavorings, and preservatives. Do some ADHD children react adversely to these? Yes. Do most? No. It's mainly children 5 and younger, and it's about 1 in 20. So, do we recommend elimination diets as a blanket panacea treatment for ADHD, as was done by Feingold and others? No. Might it benefit the occasional rare child? Yes. Next, there is nothing you can put in the diet that treats this disorder. So whether it's antioxidants, whether it's the fish oils, whether it's megavitamins, we have yet to find anything that benefits ADHD. The fish oil study, the best one, was published just a month ago by the Swedish research team in Gothenburg. Best trial I've ever seen, and they reported very sobering negative results. Only 25% of the kids responded. It was mainly the inattentive SCT kids. The degree of response was very slight. So even they recommended against it. Any positive reports you've heard were not from well-controlled studies. Now, I'll get to my questions in just a moment. Yeah. Sure. Thanks, Heidi. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Next, fastest growing treatment in the U.S. school system right now for ADHD is sensory integration training. This is a special set of exercises done by some occupational therapists who have gotten additional training in the SI techniques and in assessing for sensory integration problems. This has been resoundingly disproved. So this is an area that has been studied, but you'd never know it by the number of people being exposed to this treatment. It has proven to be of no benefit for LDs or ADHD. Even their own journal published a meta-analysis that showed that. And yet we go on seeing sensory integration being offered as a special set of exercises to treat ADHD. Why would massaging the head do anything for ADHD? Yet chiropractors do engage in what is called skull massage or neurologic organization training, claiming that they can successfully treat ADHD through skull massage. It's a silly idea. We won't go there. Play therapy has been tested. It does not work for ADHD because ADHD does not arise from environmental stress. So why would helping children cope with stress solve this problem? That does not mean it may not benefit anxious children, PTSD children, or children with depression, but it doesn't benefit ADHD children for their ADHD. Self-control training, I mentioned earlier, this is talking to yourself. So teaching children to talk out loud as they perform a task, we had great hopes for this, and it failed. But the diamond in that dung heap is that we found that it was age-related. The younger you are, the less likely it works. But by late adolescence to adulthood, it does work, but only if you're on medication. It is a supplement to medication, not a form or alternative to medication. There are several books on the market now that were developed by these researchers. One is Steve Safran at Harvard Med School. He now has a cognitive therapy manual for adult ADHD. And the other is by Russell Ramsey at University of Pennsylvania. You could find both of these at Amazon or at the addwarehouse.com if you're into adult ADHD treatment. Social skills training should not be done for the average ADHD child unless it's being done at school or with the peer group with whom he is having trouble. And then it should be mostly practice, cueing, and rewarding the use of the skill, and a lot less time spent in training the skill. What's the proportion? 80-20. 80% altering the point of performance, 20% training in the skill. And if you follow that balance and you do it out there where it matters, it might have a chance. If you do it in a clinic with the kids he'll never see again the rest of his life, it doesn't work.